All right, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So let's get straight into this video. I want to talk about how you're someone that's an enigma that's constantly evolving. So I'm sure many of you already know what enigma means. So it just means someone that's mysterious, that's hard to understand, that's hard to read, right? And what makes you an enigma is the fact that you're constantly evolving. So that's what makes you this type of person. So you're probably someone that's constantly just learning new things 24/7. Like throughout your whole life, you've always done this. Like 1 month, you could be into like something, whatever it is that you're into. Then another month, you're into something way different. You're talking about something way different. You're acting in a different way. You've learned something else. You're someone that constantly does this throughout your whole life. You've always been constantly developing as a person, right? And since you're always constantly developing, people can't give you a judgment that lasts because it's going to change. They're going to have one judgment about you. So then they think that they know you, right? And then another year comes and then you're doing something completely different. And then the past judgment they had is not valid for that year. So they're just like, wait, this person was like this last year. Now they're like this. They're completely different. So this is what makes people try to figure you out, but they can't because you're not someone that's made to get figured out, right? If you're someone who's an enigma, and a lot of people who are chosen are like this because you're someone who's always just been absorbing a lot of knowledge. It's just knowledge, just about many different things. You've always been doing this, right? And since you have spiritual gifts of the Holy Spirit, like a lot of you have the gifts of discernment, the things that you do make no sense to other people, right? They're like, why is this person into this? Or why does this person do this? Or why does this person go there at this time? Or what does this person do? Whatever it is, or why does this person wear this stuff here? What is this like that? Just a lot of judgments, right? People have all these judgments about you. Like if you're watching this video, they have all these judgments about you because people naturally judge, right? Just what people do. And with you, the reason you get judged so much is because you think outside of the box. You have a lot of different ideas. You're someone who just stands out. You're someone that's thinking about totally opposite to what the whole group is thinking about or talking about or whatever. So no matter where you go, people can tell that you're someone that stands out. Like you just stand out naturally. So you're gonna get judged. Someone's gonna be like, "Oh, this person's like this," and they find out you're nowhere near what that judgment was. You're actually the complete opposite, right? But just know if you're watching this video, you already know this yourself. Just let this be confirmation. But you're someone that's an enigma to people. You're a mystery, right? They can't really figure you out. If they think they figured you out, all of a sudden there's something completely different that they missed, that they had no clue about you. So you could have had people. These could be strangers. It could be friends. It could be family. Whatever it is, you could have people throughout your whole life like try to tell you something like, oh, they would be like, oh, you definitely look like you do this or something, and like it'll be completely wrong. You don't do any of like what they said, right? It could be like something stereotypical. Like say you're someone that's, I don't know, just wears like suits or something. Like you like to wear suits. So then their judgment would be like, oh, this person wears a suit, so this person's definitely a businessman or businesswoman. But then they find out you just wear suits because you like suits, right? That's what happens with you. Like people will think they have a judgment about you, but it's wrong. As soon as they start to get to know you, they're like, oh wait, the person's not really like that. So you become like this mystery. They're like, why is this person like this? Why do they do this? Why do they talk about this? Why are they into that? Why don't they just do that? So it's all these things. And it's not like you tried to be someone that's mysterious, right? You probably never tried to do that. You probably never tried to act a certain way, like act like somebody you're not. You're like this to people because you're someone that's comfortable alone, first of all. Like you could be a social person, but you're comfortable alone as well. Like it's not a big deal for you to be alone. But people that don't mind being alone always seem like a mystery to people. While the whole time you could be alone, you could just be thinking about just something random. Like it doesn't even matter. You're not trying to act a certain way. But because you do these things, you have like these habits. People view you as someone that's like mysterious. They're like, wait, so this person stays alone. What's this person thinking about? What's this person doing? Like that. You probably had people come up to you just trying to like start a conversation or something, or like trying to ask you a bunch of questions, or like trying to like quote unquote judge you, right? So you've had a lot of like weird situations like this. And as the Bible says, be as wise as a serpent and innocent as a dove. And likely, if you're watching this video, you're someone that's just like that. Wise as a serpent, but innocent as a dove. So you could come off as wise yet gullible at the same time. You know, wise as a serpent, but then innocent as a dove. So people can see you as wise and naive. They're like, wait. So you could have people try to manipulate you, right? Because they think you're naive. But then they quickly figure out that you weren't naive at all. You're actually wise, and like they'll try to wrap their head around it, but they can't. So you've probably got this habit whenever you could have been younger, and you could have been someone that liked to like express yourself, and like you had a lot of like interests, and like you knew a lot of things, but you quickly figured out whenever you would speak like this, you would attract a lot of envy, right? You'd attract a lot of envy from people. You'd attract a lot of people trying to put you down, right? Like people, energy drainers, like people that just, they're Debbie Downers, right? People that try to down you. If I had a lot of people like that, they try to down you. So they become really just irritating to you. They're just boring. They're people that don't do anything. They're people that pretty much are pessimistic about everything. Or like they're just hateful about everything. They're competitive about everything, or whatever it is they're doing. So when you're younger, you're likely more expressive about this, but you started to attract a lot of conflict. So you started to see like who people actually are. So you're like, oh, people are not who they say they are. People are easily caught in their emotions about things. People get easily jealous. People get easily like this. So you're just like, wait, hold up. I can't be acting like this anymore. I can't show it, because then it's going to cause a lot of conflict, right? So it's kind of like a means to like protect yourself in a way. So once you get older, then you know you got to kind of act dumb in a way. But this always works in your favor as well, because when you act dumb, then it exposes other people around you too. So when you act dumb and you express yourself as naive, you'll quickly see who like the manipulators are, right? You'll see who the people that like to take advantage of people are, right? You'll see this easily. So when you act naive, you'll be talking to somebody and they'll try to say something to try to like manipulate you, or whatever it is, like whatever it is that you're talking about. They'll view you as naive, so they're like, oh, I can take advantage of this person. But quickly they figure out that you can't get taken advantage of, so it works in your favor. So they end up getting exposed. You end up seeing them for who they are. So then they start to look dumb, right? So this is what you've had to do throughout your whole life, because whenever you did shine your light, right? Because you're someone who has a light. Whenever you did fully shine your light as yourself, all you attracted was jealousy, pessimism, hate, conflicts, competition, whatever. You just attracted a lot of negative, right? It's too much negative. So in order to like conserve your spirit, to protect your spirit, you had to act this way. Because otherwise you start to be drained. You start to have a lot of attacks on you. Start to have a lot of doubt. So you needed a way to kind of vet out who people are. So whenever you develop, you started to realize that it's better to act like naive and gullible and everything before, because then you start to see who you could trust better. So whenever you do act that way, like someone that doesn't know much and doesn't try to do much, when you try to act a certain way, then you'll see whether someone's going to try to attack you and take advantage of you, or someone's going to see through it, or they're gonna try to help you, right? So you start to see who's worth talking to and trusting, and who's not, right? Who's wicked and who's not. And that also is what makes you an enigma, because people could view you one way, but you're the complete opposite. So whenever you do, quote unquote, act dumb, people are gonna view you as someone who's dumb and naive. But then all of a sudden they speak to you, and you're someone that has a lot of knowing about a lot of stuff, like somehow just knew exactly what they were doing. So they're like, wait, this person was this way, but then they ended up this way. So that's what happens with you. So you could have had a lot of manipulative people in your life too, in order to protect themselves as well. Whenever you did act this way, like these people were manipulators, right? Whenever you did act this way, and then they figure out that you were not this like naive person, even though they were trying to manipulate you, they're gonna try to tell you you're manipulative because you acted a certain way, but you ended up being this other person, right? I'm mocking them because they do things that are dumb. So you've had a lot of situations like this. a lot of like manipulative people, like demonic people, right? Like Jezebels, narcissistic people, envious people. And you could have been someone that you've always minded your own business. You're like, why is this person even talking to me if they're gonna hate, right? You're probably just like your eyes are down. You're like, why? Like, why are you even doing this? People, you think differently than how the world thinks. This is how you've always been, right? This is why I say you're chosen. You're like kind of picked out of the world because you don't think the same. You don't think like the world. The way that you think is you're someone that's always expanding knowledge. You're someone that's happy to see people winning. You're someone that's happy to see people freeing themselves from whatever they're freeing. Or you're happy to see people coming together. You're happy to see love. You're happy to see things that are good, right? Not evil. But the reality is most of the world is not happy for people. Most of the world is everyone's trying to be better than each other. Everyone's trying to get one thing under each other. Everyone's trying to compete with each other. Everyone's trying to just do all these things, right? That don't do anything good. It just divides people. Because the world wants everyone divided. Everyone wants everyone just divided into whatever they're divided in. So people from the world that come to you, they come with all their judgments. They come with all their expectations. They come with all their things. While the whole time you're just minding your own business. And that's not you acting mysterious, but because you have a strong discernment, you're minding your own business, right? Because you could tell the person's not trustworthy. You could tell the person's going to come at you with something like some BS, right? They're going to come at you with something that's not good. They're going to come at you with something that's not true. Or come at you with something that they're going to try to criticize about you or attack you, right? But you're just minding your own business. So that makes them even more mad. It makes them even more mad. Because it makes a lot of people mad because you're someone that's unfazed. Because you already know what's going on. That's why you're not fazed about it, because you've seen it. You could have been fazed when you were younger because it was shocking to you. But then you learn to accept it. Then it becomes not shocking. You're just like, oh, it's going to happen. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So yeah, that's about it for you being an enigma. And I really wanted to talk about this video. I don't know where this came from. It came from my spirit, right? This is how I make these videos. It just, something inspires me to talk about a certain topic, and I just talk about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, if you're not subscribed already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want. Don't forget to like and also comment anything below if you want to comment. God bless you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.